Right on, guys. So now we're going to be going over one of my favorite knee bars from on bottom. I guess you guys can call it a heel bar. It's kind of like a heel hook and a knee bar combo. It's one that I've used a lot in competitions and in training, and definitely one of my highest finishes rates, right, as far as knee bars go. So we're here in single leg X, right? This is a position that's really easy to get to, no-gi, right? It's something that oftentimes people will even step into single leg X, right? From here in this position, guys, I'm going to pull on the knee, and I want to do the same thing we were doing in all the other techniques, and exposing the heel and pointing his knee in, right? Like a basically what my leg would do, right? But instead I'm just going to use my hand to do it. Grabbing, I use my middle finger too because it's the longest finger. I wrap it as deep as I can in the crook of the knee, and I pull down with my elbow, right? And it should give a decent bend in the knee. Just enough to where I can lift my hips and then get this heel hook grip, right? 99% of opponents are not going to be worried here, right? Because this heel hook, the knee line looks completely out. He has the gravity on his side, and it's really just not an effective heel hook from here. But what he doesn't know is that we're going for the heel bar, right? Not the heel hook. So what we're doing is we're pulling the knee and locking this up right here, right? Now, when I pull the knee, I want to feel my hips. This is going to be hard to explain, but I want to feel my hips. There's a line on his knee right here. I can feel it. If his knee is completely out, I'm just on his femur and there's nothing here, right? So when I go for this knee bar, I'll be doing it on his shin, right? But I don't need all of his knee line in. I just need to feel with my hips the crook, right where the bend, right where the joint bends, right? So now as it's bending right here, I know that his knee is just deep enough for me to get this knee bar. And also he thinks he's still safe, right? So from here, I'm gonna take my foot, anchor it down right here, dropping my heel into the leg. Now I'm going to continue to pull at the knee, continue to lock this up tight. And now when I'm ready, I'm going to take my leg that's making the butterfly hook, and I'm going to swing it all the way over his body, right? This cannot be a slow movement. It needs to be quick and it needs to be aggressive, and you want to throw your leg as far as you possibly can to the other side of the body. And with that being said, my heel is going to go straight to his butt. All right, so from here, I'm going to bring my foot out all the way around, right? And I keep this heel hook grip right here tight. Turn a little bit. All right, come back a little bit. So we start from here. I come here. I come out. I'm keeping this heel hook grip tight, right? If I don't have this heel hook grip and I just go like this and I go for the knee bar, it would never work, right? But because I have this heel hook grip, it's keeping his knee line in, right? So from here, I'm just going to search all the way and then take my heel and anchor down right here on the bottom of his hip, right? Now I keep turning with the heel, and then I'm gonna keep moving my hips on top. Boom, right? It's a super fast, aggressive knee bar, and it's one that comes on super quick and scares your opponent. Right here, boom, he thinks he's safe, right? I have the bend in the knee, I have the grip on the heel. When I'm ready, I'm just gonna throw my leg around, focusing on letting his kneecap go right into my groin area, right? And now I'm throwing my heel straight to his butt, right? And the more I can get my hips on top of his knee on the turn, the more I come on top, the better, right? So we're here, I pull the leg, right? And now as soon as we start to fall to this side, I pull the heel and I start to just barely put effort into pushing into the heel, into the kneecap, right? And it's important, as I'm using my hips in the kneecap, I'm twisting with the heel. So it's not just a knee bar, it's also a heel hook, right? It's the twist in the knee.
One more thing that happens to stay down. A lot of the times, once Tye starts setting up this outside heel hook, the opponent's gonna, as a defensive standpoint, they're almost gonna do it for you, where they're gonna try to put their foot and start turning into it, right? So with that being said, once you get the heel hook grip, you're gonna ride that momentum. Boom.
Right.
Come on top.
And as soon as you guys come on top, I move your hand on quick so I don't hit it. Boom, I'm chopping. I chop really as hard as I can at the hip, right? And because it looks like a very shallow knee bar, but because I still have the rotation in the heel, his ligaments are getting all twisted up, right? Super aggressive and super tight.
This was the same setup Tye used for the Paulo Meow knee bar, that first ADCC, and the same one for Levi as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. The Levi, very similar to the one I did with Paulo. Let me show one more thing real quick. once you guys get here, and you guys get your hips on top, you can readjust as well. I throw, boom, I bring my elbow back in, and then if you guys need to, this is what I did with Paulo, was I readjusted, right? I got a little deeper, and I got my hips up on top. And once you guys are here, obviously you guys have a complete knee bar, super tight, where you can get full extension. But from here, I get to finish more times than not. I chop, and I use the heel hook, and still pushing into the knee with my hips.
I would say this is what the Levi submission was looking like.
Right.
And the first one was the Paulo one.
Yeah. Very effective heel bar.